As long as you love yourself, who cares what anyone else thinks? If you can think it, you can do it. If you can dream it, you can do it. Just keep working hard. It won't come easy and it will seem impossible, but if you keep working hard it will definitely happen. Always dream big, and don't let anyone limit your dreams because the possibilities are endless. If you are choosing silence, you're choosing the side of the oppressor. I dreamed of always playing Wimbledon and the other Grand Slams, but I never dreamed of people actually recognizing me. I learned how to play in front of a big crowd. I learned what it was like to be under pressure. The amount of people, and kids especially, that come up to me saying I inspire them is honestly better than any match I could win. Just to know that I inspire another kid maybe to pick up a racket or go through something they're facing at school. I feel in doubles there's more pressure to return, just because there's another person at the net and you don't want them to peg your partner. What I do on court is great, but what really matters is what happens off court, the people who you affect. When I play doubles, I start to return better in singles. I'm thankful for the platform that I have and I know how many people that it reaches. I'm aware of that, so I try to make sure I use it to speak out about issues that can maybe slightly change some things. There's so many people going through so many, uncomfortable situations. For me to be, obviously being nervous is natural, but for me to think that winning a tennis match or losing a tennis match is the end of the world, I think just kind of shows what kind of privilege I have. I'm fighting for the future of my future kids. I'm fighting for the future of my future grandchildren. I hope that I inspire a lot of people. Your results, or your job, or how much money you make doesn't define you as a person. Sometimes being a woman, a black woman in the world, you kind of settle for less. No matter how good or how bad my career is, I think I'm a great person, and that's a message to all young players. I realized I needed to start playing for myself and not other people. Serena, Venus, Serena, Venus, Serena, Venus, Serena, Venus. That's all I watched growing up. I want to stand up for people who look like me and feel like they don't have a voice. And I'm lucky enough that some people in the world care about what I have to say. So I try to make sure that I say it and say in a correct way, or in a way that people understand. My mom, she banned me from buying hoodies for 2 months. Every week I was getting new hoodies sent to the house. Throughout my life, I was always the youngest to do things, which added hype that I didn't want. It added this pressure that I needed to do well fast. Everyone asks me how I stay calm on court, and I think it's because I accepted who I am after overcoming low points in my life. Obviously, I believe in myself. That's really surprising and shocking. When your idol even knows you exist, that's pretty crazy. Serena is at the highest level and always at the top of her game, so for her to say I'm at a different level is surreal. In tennis, we are very deserving of equal pay. I think your mind kind of controls everything. Your mind controls, how your body feels and how your mood is. One of the things I learned growing up, my grandmother, she had lung cancer when I was younger, and now she's cancer-free, but I just remember her never being too negative about it, and her always being positive. I'm really rarely on Twitter or Instagram. I feel like a lot of times we're put in a box that people always say, oh, sports and politics should stay separate and all this. And I say, yes, but also at the same time, I'm a human first before I'm a tennis player. There is going to be a time when I retire and all this, and I'm still going to be a human. I really went from not being known to everybody wanting something. The US Open was the first tournament I watched in person when I was 8 years old. I love to go see The Lion King on Broadway. It's my favorite thing ever. Necessarily before my match, I don't do too much film. I watch a little. I watch a lot of players play. For me, I kind of just go with the flow out there on the court. I kind of notice things. When I notice it, try to change it as quick as possible. Really, I don't like crying in front of people. Serena Williams has always been my idol, and Venus. They are the reason why I wanted to pick up a tennis racket. Before Serena came along, there was not really an icon of the sport that looked like me. So growing up, I never thought that I was different because the #1 player in the world was somebody who looked like me. It's nice to play in the US. You definitely feel it with the fans and everything. People come out to support you. I feel like, when you focus too much on a goal, it can consume you a little bit. The first time I met Serena, I did a commercial when I was 10 and met her briefly. As a kid, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't even know there was separate rankings for singles and doubles. I would say when I got on tour and started doing well in doubles and my ranking started going up, I realized that number one was possible. When I got on tour and when I realized I could do well in doubles, who wouldn't want to be number one in anything? Schoolwork, I'm normally up late doing it just because, I don't know, I feel like my brain functions better at night when I'm doing school. I feel like my defense has always just been a big part of my game, even though I feel like I'm more offensive, I like to be more on the offensive end when I play. I guess you get to work on volleys, you get to work on your returns a lot in doubles. I will never, ever complain about fans in the crowd, whether they're against me or for me, I just enjoy just hearing noise. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.